couple weeks ago, we talked about the origin of the universe and more specifically the cosmological argument. And the cosmological argument is this. It is everything that begins to exist has a cause. The universe began to exist, therefore the universe has a cause. And this cause is what Christians call God. Now, a logical next question is, okay, if God created the universe, then who created God? And this is a good question, and I understand why people ask it, but it is also problematic because it assumes that God has a beginning. And Christians don't believe in a God who has a beginning. Christians believe in a God who is eternal, right? Psalm 92:3 says, "Your throne was established long ago. You are from all eternity." So back to the cosmological argument, right? The reason the universe has to have a cause is because it has a beginning. But if God doesn't have a beginning, then God doesn't have to have a cause. So asking who made God is a bit like asking where's the number 5 located or what's the smell of democracy. These are categorical errors, meaning they are, let me see, I've got it worded. They are logical errors where we assign properties to things that cannot logically have those properties. So whatever caused or made the universe needs to exist outside of the universe, and the universe is space, matter, time, because space, matter, time didn't exist, and then all of a sudden they did. And so to create something, you need to be distinct from the thing you created, right? I cannot both create a microwave and be in a microwave. And so when we consider these elements, space, matter, time, if I'm outside of space, then I have omnipresence. I'm beyond space. If I'm outside of matter, then I am immaterial or spiritual. And if I can create matter, then I'm all-powerful or sovereign over matter. Call this omnipotence, omnipotence. And then if I'm outside of time, I'm eternal. So all of these attributes align perfectly with the God described in the Bible, right? We see in Jeremiah chapter 23, verses 23 and 24, God saying, "Am I only a God nearby, declares the Lord, and not a God far away? Who can hide in secret places so that I cannot see them, declares the Lord? Do not I fill heaven and earth, declares the Lord?" Or in John chapter 4:24, it says, "God is spirit, and his worshipers must worship in spirit and in truth." And then my favorite, 1 Timothy chapter 1, verse 17 says, "Now to the King, eternal, immortal, invisible, the only God, be honor and glory forever and ever. Amen." So, of course, this information alone, knowing that the universe has a cause and that the cause must be eternal, that doesn't get us to Christianity. But when you combine that information with the other lines of evidence that are available, things like fine-tuning, things like human morality, things like the historical evidence for the resurrection of Jesus Christ, that makes the Christian faith, the Christian worldview, both reasonable and highly compelling. So that answers this question in a nutshell, I hope. If you have other questions about Christianity, please put them in the comments and I will try to answer there or in a future video. And if you are interested in learning more about the Christian worldview and some of these other lines of evidence, I would encourage you to read some of the books in the description that I've linked to, especially I think The Case for Christ by Lee Strobel does a really good job of talking about some of these historical lines of evidence for the resurrection, which were compelling to me and one of the reasons that I became a Christian. And if you want to see more content like this, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll see you next week. Bye.